I'm gonna quickly send an invite to Crank just in case. Just
Yeah,
in
so
case
Crank can
they
translate.
went in.
Yeah, that way Crank can translate.
All
But
right.
I guess not.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to be following stats today, it seems.
Oh yeah, he just messaged me. Yeah, he's waiting for stats. I'm like, okay.
Sick.
He
All right, we
said,
are going to be loading in.
he said thank you, smiley face.
Twitch.tv/Crank TV if you want some Korean coverage. But speaking of Korean coverage,
TV
here
Crank.
we have TV Crank.
We
We really talked about it before we started. It's like
today, right? God damn it.
All right, in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, we're gonna have to speed this up real quick. We are spawning into EELE, Eternal Empire LE, which figure out what that acronym stands for. In the bottom left-hand corner of the map, spawning. In the bottom left-hand corner of the map, we have the Red Terran, already moving SCVs across the map. Oh my! It is gonna be our Red Terran representing Cosmos Esports all the way from the land of Mexico, but currently in Korea, we have SpeCial. Everyone, you want to spam your Doritos.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Eternal Empire LE, we have, I would say, probably the best Terran of America. We have, representing Infinity Gaming, it is Future. Getting proxy raxed.
That's 2 barracks that's being pumped out already.
Mm-hmm. And this is
starting to move.
This is very special.
So we reapist.
Yep. So
there's only 1 gas so far.
Yeah, yeah, and despite Juanito, of course, praising and what's the word? He pays a lot of homage to TY. He's very Maru-esque in the fact that he does proxy quite a bit in tournament play.
Future does not see this. I really like what SpeCial did with his SCV. He made it look like he was going in for an SCV scout. And I think that actually put Future's mind at ease a little bit. He went to 1 proxy location, but did not check the other, and this could come back to bite him.
It could, as SpeCial. He's banking. Oh, he's gonna get spotted.
Reaper's moving out. Reaper's moving out. Doesn't quite get spotted.
There should be alarm bells ringing though, like the SCV, and now that there are 2 Reapers, he should definitely know. Will we see a cancel at the natural?
It's gonna have to be.
Yeah.
It would be suicide if it was not. And now Future just cannot produce anything. He's getting add-ons and getting production out. His 2 Reapers already.
He's supply blocked. Because the depot stopped being built.
He is supply blocked. And he cannot get anything out. Looking tragic. GG is called. SpeCial with a very quick 2-minute victory.
Wow.
We were talking about this earlier, like it could be very long positional games, or it could be very short proxies. SpeCial proving us right on one of those counts.
Yeah. GG. SpeCial, if you're watching Battle of the Americas, he did cheese quite a bit against Nina. During TSL, he did the same thing against Neeb, as well as I believe a couple of other players. He loves to throw that into his series. He's not afraid at all. It's cool to see. And it also leads to games like this that end quite quickly.
Yeah, they do. All right, we are going to go load into our next map in this series.
Oh, Cloudy's here.
We got some new players in, so I'm just gonna update Cloudy real quick.
Oh yeah, true.
I wasn't fast enough.
Oh, we can type it in game. Just let them know.
Yeah. All right.
No, spectator chat.
Yeah, observer chat. And speaking of observer chat, as I'm guessing we'll put that in here. We spawn in Nightshade LE, and now that no SCVs have been pulled so far, we do see that LE does in fact stand for longer expectations. That's when you expect the game to go on for longer, but Special decides to just proxy. By the way, Ellie, Nightshade, it's also known as Belladonna. In the top left-hand corner of the map, spawning in the top left-hand corner of the map, we have the Red Terran all the way from the land of Korea, but originally the Guardian of Guadalajara. We have the Red Terran having a little bit of banter here. He is going to be playing for Cosmos Esports. He is the Shin Lim Dong farmer himself. We have SpeCial.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, not getting 2 racks this game, we have the American Terran representing Infinity Gaming. It is Future.
Well, SpeCial already trying to break his own record here.
Speed running through the tournament, as we will see. It would be a bit of a shame because SpeCial, he is streaming right now, so if he ends up in the semis, then he's gonna have to wait quite a while for his opponent. We'll see.
Just throwing a couple of ladder games in here.
Yeah,
I do like the banter coming up here. These players, they have a bit of a rivalry coming up, but I've actually very recently found out that this rivalry goes even deeper. It's not just Latin America versus North America. It's not just SpeCial versus Future. It's not just the 2 big Terran players. It's also the 2 big CSGO players.
That it is. Fun fact, he has SpeCial's name on NA is main AWPer.
Yeah.
Which is a CSGO term. So that's a thing.
Yeah.
He played a couple games.
I do like that
as that during the tournament.
And they do play together quite a bit, not just CSGO, but even during GSL, SpeCial likes to give some commentary, and quite often you actually find Future in there as well. Yeah,
it's really cool to see that the SpeCial, he does do like commentary for GSL, and a lot of the NA players are in there, whether it's Future, Silky, like some of the other like NA like Spicy League guys, they're all in there, which is definitely cool to see.
So yeah, cool to see. This is reacted Hellions, which you don't often do in TvT.
Yeah. As well as, if you haven't noticed, there is a proxy starport to the north of the map as well. Oh boy.
This is why. When you see SpeCial, he is going to be continuing to pump on the pressure, continuing to rally a couple of Hellions and Reapers across the map, but this is not what SpeCial is already transitioning, which is not what Future is doing. Very nice snipes coming in here. Very good position to line up with the Hellions.
Yeah.
Future will lose 1 and will prevent the bunker from going up, and that is absolutely huge. You can even see SpeCial. He was trying to go in there and realize, oh yeah, it's my SCV was killed at the last second.
It was literally 1 or even half a second away from finishing, so that was actually really close. The bunker did almost finish there, but Future was able to deny that, and the Liberator is out, headed into the main of SpeCial.
Yeah, SpeCial looking to supply block Future, but it's not quite going to be enough. The Liberator is in, and it sieges up. Going to be preventing any kind of mining whatsoever. Yeah. The Hellions are now in. There is a Cyclone, but it is only 1. These Hellions are so low.
Oh my god, they're getting so much damage done though, and it's forcing the Cyclone to stay here in the natural instead of cleaning up the Liberator.
Indeed it does, and now the Liberator gonna unsiege, back away Future. Gonna be able to use that a second time, as he does get his own, a second Liberator coming out. He's getting his own Cyclone as well with Mag Fuel Accelerator. I think, did he scout the starport? I think he did. Yeah, he would have seen that with the Hellions.
Yeah,
Let me just double check
he did
real
not.
quick.
Oh,
he actually did not. No, he saw it building.
Yeah,
he doesn't know that it's, yeah.
He would have had to have clicked on it as it was building to fully know.
Well, I think he did. He doesn't know about the tech lab, but he knows that he's got to be safe back. He's got to prepare some sort of anti-air. Magfield, though, a little bit ambitious, especially considering the fact that he is actually transitioning into bio rather rather than mech.
Yeah, and the Banshee is already here across the map. There's nothing here to defend as he was in the middle of moving out as this Banshee came into the main base. So these Cyclones and Marines a little bit out of position. It looks like they will be able to clean it up, but not after losing 8 workers.
All right, so pretty good counter harass coming out from SpeCial. Both players just about even.
Oh, the Liberator goes in again.
So it's... that it does. So this time there are Cyclones here to take it out. And SpeCial going to be mining off, mining regularly, even ahead in terms of army supply. Players are about to meet. Future moving out.
He is still down when it comes to workers, as you know, he did deal some nice counter damage, but not quite enough to even. But despite that, his army, as you were saying, is quite large, and he also has his Raven out here as well.
All right, looking to get the interference matrix here on one of these. It would be worth it to get it on either the tank or the Cyclone, but he cannot get both.
Yeah.
They would both be pretty good targets there. Very nice lock-on. Does get the interference matrix on top of the Cyclone. Will not be able to get this Raven. Will not be able to snipe this Raven anytime soon, but now there's another tank up, and SpeCial wasn't quite able to snipe the original tank.
Yeah, it was so lucky that he was able to save that tank and now repair it. So now with 2 tanks, Future should be feeling fine up here on the high ground, as there isn't enough energy for the Raven to really do much about this.
No, there's not. And SpeCial just trying to contain Future here, but it's a hard thing to do when your opponent has the high ground and has the higher tank count, but baiting the Marines.
Yeah.
Nicely done by SpeCial as he just continues to rally. He does have a couple of not Cyclones, Liberators coming in here, and there is no air advantage for either player really.
Yeah, I think that SpeCial, he'll be able to leapfrog his tanks, especially with these Liberators. Looks like there's a drop moving out at the same time. It looks like he does run into the Liberators, but there's nothing here for Future. Like, this is a bad time to be going for a drop.
And we could get into a little bit of an awkward base trade here. The Cyclone of Future is going to be enough to really keep these Liberators back. SpeCial now down to only 1. Absolutely has to pick his positioning very, very well. Good use of the high ground as well, but meanwhile the drop is in. Stim has been completed, and SpeCial, he was rallying everything across the map. He has only a couple of Vikings and a tank up here. The Marines already being sniped. Here comes the SCVs, and so many of them already going down, 10 in total. SpeCial is not that far behind in terms of the SCV count, but this drop is still looking to be very threatening.
Yeah, that goes to show that Future, he needed to deal some economic damage if they are pretty close now after the damage has been done. So well done there by Future, but can Future hold at his main base?
That's definitely going to be the question. SpeCial is now so behind in terms of workers. He is trying to rebuild, and he does actually have the momentum here to push in and contain Future. Future, his starport is still across the map, and he's only building medevacs. Liberators are, SpeCial moving in with everything, or Future rather, but the tanks were already siege, and very good protection here with the Marines.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, again, both of them just going down. SpeCial has lost the Liberator, but he just has so much of an air advantage right now.
Yeah, SpeCial, who was able to force Future to engage, and Future tried his best. He pulled all his Marines as well as workers and wasn't able to break.
You don't stim into the Future. You do not stim into 2 tanks, especially when they are already Marines. They'll try to snipe the Raven, but so many of these. 1 on 128 tick rate, which is yeah, no hard feelings there. That's another CSGO term, the tick rate.
Right.
FPS. So, it affects FPS games more than RTS games. But yeah, SpeCial, as he was saying earlier, is going to be the fastest run into the semifinals that he can remember anyway.
Yeah, already SpeCial blazing his way through with that 2-0, now already waiting in the semifinals of this tournament. Wow. Meanwhile, it looks like Crank was actually, I think he's still waiting for stats.
He still is, yeah.
That series was so quick.
I bet he's kicking himself right now. He's like, I should have taken up there, Alpha.
I'm sure he's like, what? He's like, that was so quick.
Either that, or he's showing off tricks that Murphy and Zola can do.
I'd be okay with that. In fact,
I would, yeah.
If you want to tune in to some amazing doggos, Murphy and Zola, then yeah, check out TV Crank.
Yeah, twitch.tv/tvcrank, twitter.com/cranktv. No, actually, it's just crank. But youtube.com/cranktv.
There you go.
Why does he do this? All right. Even Typo Cheese is saying, wow, that's fast. We do have a lobby pumping up. It will be Zest versus Sort of. Do we want to jump in there?
You can poke in, but I believe Chicken Man is there. So if
Chicken Man's already here.
Yeah, we can leave that to Chicken Man as we can wait a little bit. We can vamp. We can wait for Scarlet versus Astrea to come out of series and jump into that, or we can wait for Stats versus his opponents in the lower bracket.
We can follow Crank again.